What's happening, guys? My name is Anthony, and in today's video I've got another career mode video for you guys. This time we're going to be racing at the Austrian Grand Prix. Last time out we was at the French Grand Prix. Make sure to go and check that video out if you haven't already. The link to the playlist will be in the description below. Also, if you do enjoy this video, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and let's get into the Austrian Grand Prix. Alright guys, so just about to get into qualifying for the Austrian Grand Prix. It's going to be dry, I believe, throughout the whole thing. I do believe there is potentially some wet weather coming in the race though. As for practice, actually practice was the best practice I've ever done. We actually got all the development boosts and everything, so I'm hoping that means our car is on track to actually being good. But as you can see from the race here, we'll do a little bit of a toggle. There is a chance of rain in the race. I'm assuming it's going to be towards the end of it from the looks of things, maybe? Yeah, it seems as if we're starting to around a 15, 20, 30 minute mark. That's when we're going to start to see some rain. So it should be towards the end of the race. Should be interesting. But for now, what I'm going to do is head out and get our first lap. Hopefully we can potentially get into Q2 with just 2 runs again, but we'll see. We're still using 104 for the AI, but once the car picks up a little bit, we will be increasing the AI difficulty. All right, so here we go. Just going to let Stroll by. I want a little bit of a gap between myself and whoever's in front of me. So we'll use this opportunity that the McLaren is behind us to really get that gap. There we go. It's our first timed run here at Austria. I think we got a pretty good exit off the final corner. Daniel Ricciardo does a 3.2. Oh, I've got to be careful with how I use the curbs around this track. Because doing practice, we did get some underfloor body damage, and I don't really want that happening in the race. In qualifying, it's not as bad. But in the race, it will be a nightmare if we get underfloor body damage, so might need to try and take it easy. I think it was at the first corner that we actually ended up getting that damage, so maybe just try and, well, I say both, but the McLaren behind me actually ended up getting the fastest lap. I believe that was Ricciardo. Final corner. If we can get a good exit, we kind of do. As we do a 4.6, so yeah, we're still a big distance away from the McLaren's 1.4 seconds. And they are looking to be, at this moment of time, second best, maybe even the best team. I think the second best behind Red Bull at this moment of time. So, yeah, it will be interesting to see how our car develops as the season goes on, and if we can actually catch up to the McLarens. But for now, our lap puts us just behind the Williams of Albon and just in front of Bottas. All right, so we're in the gap that I wanted to be in. As you can see, we're actually in P17, so we're going to need to have a pretty good lap here if we want to get out of Q2. I decided to skip towards the end so that we can benefit from this track evolution. So let's see what we can do with this next lap. This is our final lap, hopefully, of Q1. And hopefully not our final lap of qualifying. We're braking just after the 100 meter board into 4th gear, taking a lot of curb there. We're risking it there. I don't know if we've got underfloor body damage, but we need to try and take these risks if we want to get into Q2. Braking at the 100 meter board, just trying to get the car turned in and get a good exit. We do. Now a 10th up. See what we can do for the rest of the second sector. Braking just after the 100 meter board again. Down into 3rd gear, get the car rotated really nicely there. And now we're 2/10 up. It's looking to be a good lap so far. I'm hoping that means good enough for Q2. I think the lap's been pretty tidy actually, as we're now 3.5 temps up, which is music to my ears right now. Still got these final couple corners to go through. 6th gear for that corner. Down into 4th gear just because the car still has a lot of understeer. And there we go, almost half a second up. As we're now in P13 just in front of Guan Yu Zhou, or Zhou Guan Yu, I should say. And that should be good enough to get us into Q2. Okay, so yeah, Danny Ricciardo is the person who got first place during Q1. So the McLarens are looking really good here. Not sure what's going on with Verstappen's lap there, but very interesting to see. He's down in P8. Lewis Hamilton is in P7. So I'm looking forward to seeing exactly what the grid's gonna look like once we actually get into the race here, because this is very interesting so far. And one thing I want to mention as well is we did get underfloor body damage with that lap, so I do need to be careful in the race when it comes to turn 1. I think that's where we're getting the underfloor body damage, so just need to be careful with how we take the curbs at turn 1. Otherwise, I think we're okay in terms of that. All right, guys. Here's Q2. Same system as what we've been doing for the past couple of races. Basically skip over towards the end of qualifying now. And yeah, we're going to try and get our lap in now. Try and see what we can do. Obviously, we did 2 runs in Q1, so we do have fresh sauce, so we don't have to worry about that. We can push. Let's see what we can do. Can we get into Q3 for the 2nd race in a row? This lap will let us know. Gonna try and be more aggressive, except for turn 1. Yeah, just taking a lot less curb there because we can get underfloor body damage from that curb. Alright. Turn 3, braking just at the 100-meter board. Getting the car turned in, short shifting up to 4th gear and getting the power down smoothly. I don't want to catch up that Ferrari in the wrong place or else it could really hurt our run here. I'm not going to lie to you guys, it does look like we are going to catch that Ferrari in the wrong place. Again, the lap's looking quite tidy, the setup's working with the car, so you can definitely see that we've improved quite a lot with the car. Alright, come on, let's see what time we're going to do here. 3.8, which puts us in P9 right at this moment of time. Are we going to be able to stay in P9? Let's find out. Okay, guys, so this is very, very interesting. Obviously, P11 is not going to be as good of a position start as it would have been for France. Obviously, would have got another better strategy at France. With Austria, it's still going to be medium to soft to mediums, but still, we're in P11, which is a pretty good position on the grid. I'd rather be P11 than P10, so at least we get to start on the mediums, then potentially have that quicker tire towards the end of the race. So I'm happy about this. I'm happy about P11. Okay, guys, so as you can see from the intro for the race, we're starting in P10, so it means that somebody, I didn't really see who, somebody actually has a grid place penalty, which is great because it means that we can start on the medium compounds in P10. So everything worked out perfectly. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the opposite strategy today, doing mediums to softs. I want to be as quick as possible towards the end of the race. I'm hoping that there's no early safety cars. Please don't have early safety cars. We haven't had safety cars in a while. I really don't want there to be one. In terms of fuel, what I'll do is we'll have a lap's worth of fuel, maybe just 0.9, and we'll see if that's enough. I'm hoping so. If not, we are kind of screwed. I mean, to be fair, as you can see, it is going to be raining towards the end of the race. So as long as we can keep this 0.9, I think we should be good. Let's do our formation lap, and then let's get into the Austrian Grand Prix. Okay then, guys. So as we form up on the grid, it seems as if Alonso also opted to go for the medium tires. So it's going to be interesting to take a quick look as to who is on what tire. So we've got Max Verstappen down to George Russell on the mediums, and then the next set of mediums are myself and Alonso, and then after that it's Esteban Ocon, and then we have Alexander Albon and Nicholas Latifi on the mediums as well. So, okay, we've got a lot of guys around us on the soft compounds. Might lose a position or two early on, but I'm hoping that if we can get a decent start here, then we can at least try and make up a few positions so that if we do lose some, we're only losing some back to our original position. So, let's see how this goes. Alright, here we go, guys. We've got 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights for the Austrian Grand Prix. And lights out, and away we go. Alonso getting a pretty good start as we get a kind of terrible one. Oh, almost went into the back of Sainz there, which wouldn't have been good. We do have new energy storage in our engine, so we don't have to worry too much about that. Oh my god, Alonso, oh my god, Alonso absolutely sent it and now has wing damage. I was thinking about sending it myself for that one, but I thought about my better judgment, and I'm so glad I did, because Alonso went and made the exact mistake that I was trying to avoid. So yeah, that's going to be a big rip for Alonso in his race. But we actually haven't lost a position. We're actually still in P10, so it's not too bad for us at this moment of time. As long as we can maybe try and keep up with Yuki Tsunoda here, it will be very beneficial once DRS is enabled, or using just a little bit more of the track than I would like, but we can do that. We are on regular corner cutting. Yuki Tsunoda using up his ERS in a single lap. Seems as if the AI are very aggressive with their ERS usage. So I might need to try and be a little bit more aggressive with mine as well. Right, this lap is probably going to be crucial here. If we can stay in the DRS of Yuki Tsunoda, then I think he'll be able to somewhat drag us along. Might have to, again, be a lot more aggressive with our ERS just so we can...
Information on Gasly. They have some kind of mechanical problem.
Okay, interesting. Gasly has a mechanical problem. I'm not sure if he's ahead of us. I think he is. So if he does have mechanical problems and it slows him down quite a lot, then he is gonna fall back towards us. Which I'm definitely pleased about. Okay, we're roughly within that 8/10 gap between us and Yuki. We can just keep that there. I don't mind that. As long as we're in the DRS zone. Yeah, you can see that Gasly's got problems here. He's going side by side with Carlos Sainz. They're going to get damage. Oh, that was very, very slow by the two of them through that first corner. So you can definitely see the problems with Gasly right now. Physically, everyone else has made up so much time who was ahead of Gasly. Seems as if Gasly's managed to let his teammate pass. Carlos Sainz is not passed. Kind of curious as to how we didn't get DRS there. Okay, I'm not sure what happened there, but Gasly's still ahead of this little train, which is perfect, to be honest. Because it's slowing down these soft guys and allowing us mediums to really stick with them. 10 to 15 minutes for rain. Interesting. Oh, what's going on here? Gasly's let his teammate down here. Not let him pass, but he's let me and Carlos Sainz pass. But yeah, that was very concerning. I thought I wasn't going to get through that based on what happened before, but luckily we did. Don't have to worry too much about that now. Okay, we're losing time to Carlos Sainz. I want to try and use my ERS here because I want to stay within the DRS. If I can, for Carlos Sainz, he's on the softs and the Ferrari is a lot quicker, meaning that it's going to benefit us a lot if we can stay within the DRS. Almost out of the DRS of Yuki. Yeah, there we go. We're currently outside of the DRS of Yuki Tsunoda. Still in the DRS of Carlos Sainz, and we could potentially even go for a move at some point. Maybe. We're quite a big distance away from Leclerc, and that's just because of all that issues that happened with Gasly. We are using a lot of our ERS here, so I'm gonna maybe save a little bit now, not being as aggressive, of keeping up with Carlos Sainz, I should say. Don't know why I couldn't speak there. Doesn't look like we're gonna be able to go for a move. Still a bit too far back. Again, I don't really mind because he is dragging us along. I mean, look at the amount of time we've gained on Yuki already. 2 seconds. I mean, to be honest, guys, I think this is good. If it could stay like this, I'll be happy. Because the amount of hardships we've gone through over the past couple of races, actually nice to have some good fortune. One thing I will mention right now, guys, is I don't know if I've shown the footage. Probably haven't. So I will mention it just in case I haven't. But we have got a new sponsor in the team. I just want to keep you guys updated with that. And our goal is to not get any DNFs. I think the two main conditions that I was looking at is to out-qualify my teammate and to have no DNFs within the team. I hope I'm not jinxing it when I say that Calamaro hasn't really had any retirements as we go super wide there. I'm hoping that's not underfloor body damage, please. Oh, and we're gonna potentially lose DRS. Callum hasn't really had any retirements during the season, which means as long as we're okay, we should be able to get extra funding each week. As we manage to just about stay in Carlos Sainz DRS. Thank God. I will check, probably next lap, whether or not we have underfloor body damage from that incident in turn 1. Because again, we are on simulation damage. Any sort of knock, any sort of bump can cause us to get damage. And according to the graphic, we don't have damage either. We're currently at 20% already on the tires. I mean, we did make a huge mistake there, so that could be the reason for it. But we're already at 20%. Carlos Sainz will roughly be about 30-35% on his tires. Maybe even more, since these are the tires he started Q2 with. He did Q2 with, so maybe that's the reason why we're able to keep up with Carlos Sainz as well as we have been, because the mediums have actually already become quicker than the softs. Jeff has just mentioned rain is in 10 to 15 minutes. What are we thinking, guys? We could potentially stay out on these mediums until it rains if it's going to be within our reach. And what is happening with the car? I feel as if I do have underfloor body damage. Jeff is saying that we don't have damage, but it genuinely feels as if we do. With the underfloor. Because in the middle of the corner, the car just feels very oversteering. I'm not sure what's going on here. But Carlos Sainz has gone into the pits. Nobody else has gone into the pits. Not sure if we're getting another legendary strategy from Ferrari here. So I guess we'll see. Maybe he wants to go for an undercut for some reason. I don't think an undercut's really going to do him well here. Alright, according to Jeff, it's 10 minutes until it starts raining. Which will put us at lap 22. Which, to be honest, I feel as if that's around about when we would have been pitting anyway, if we hadn't cooked the tyres as much. So, it might be a bit of a stretch to get to lap 22, but we'll try. Alright, the rest of them seem to be going into the pits now. That's Russell in, and I believe somebody else as well. I'll check just in a minute. Nope, it's just George Russell in. Is he going to be able to undercut his teammate? Or overcut his teammate, I should say. Alright, I think some of the AI are trying to hold out until the rain as well, because it's lap 14 and they've still not pit. I'll just let him go. I don't really want to turn in and then get wing damage. We've done that enough throughout this season already. Alright, you heard it here first. The rain is on its way. It's coming. I think as long as we maybe stick with these guys, it could put us in a good position here. Because if it's wet enough, which I do believe it will get wet enough to change tires, then us going long on these mediums will have been very beneficial. I say that as we have a huge slide. Wow. What is going on with our tires right now? Not sure, but they are very slidey. Alright, come on. The rain's pretty much imminent. The rain is pretty much imminent. As long as it's quick, as long as the transition is quick, it should be okay. Come on, rain. We need you. Alright, come on, rain. There it is. There it is. It's raining, guys. We just need the transition period to be quick. Oh my god, you can see we're drifting around these corners right now. Come on, surely. Surely we're close. Our tires are really worn. We need transition. We need those inters.
A new strategy is available.
Oh, let's go. Let's go. There we go. It's inters. Come on, I just need to get to the pits as quickly as possible now. Kind of wish that the raid had come just a little bit sooner, though. Okay, we go outside, but that's fine. Not a league race. Oh, there we go. We're in the pits. On for the intermediates. There's some people who didn't pit. It looks like both Mercedes and the lead McLaren didn't pit. What's happening here? Not sure why they went with that decision. I can understand one of them not pitting, but both of the Mercedes? Interesting choice. It's definitely intermediate conditions now. I can't speak. Okay, well, this is the first little piece of wet weather action that I've had in this career mode series, so we're gonna have to take this time to really use our intermediates wisely here and get used to them. Who's that? It's George Russell. We're only a couple seconds off of George Russell. If we can actually be pretty decently quick here, then we might actually get another decent points finish. I'm going to be super aggressive now. I'm going to be using my ERS where I can. I'm going to be trying to brake as late as I can. Still not used to the braking points and stuff with this car. Oh, who is that? I see somebody going really slow. Who is that? Is that Perez? Oh no, we're lapping somebody. I think this is the first time I've lapped somebody in this career mode series. Or about to, at least. I'm so not used to lapping people in this series that I thought that somebody was retiring. Okay, well, I mean, to be honest, it's quite interesting. The TP's having a very bad race here. Because again, from what I remember, we are actually still the second worst car on the grid. Okay, yeah, as Jeff just mentioned, this rain isn't going anywhere for the rest of the race. So, we've got 10 laps left. 2 seconds to color signs, and then 10 seconds to gasoline. We're going to finish in the points unless something happens. God. George Russell is out. George Russell and Valtteri Bottas is out. And there's a safety car. Okay, I have no idea what's going on right now. I have no idea what's happening. It's been so hectic. But yes, we've got a safety car. This could potentially mean we might be able to make a dive bomb or two, hopefully, and gain a position that we really shouldn't have had. But yes, George Russell and Valtteri Bottas are both out. Right, let's quickly make sure that it is actually George Russell and Valtteri Bottas. Okay, I'm not entirely... Wait, here we go. Right, so George Russell is DNF'd. Okay, right, okay. Right, so George Russell, again, it seems as if for some reason the mods that I'm using aren't covering DNFs. So when they say George Russell, they actually meant Alex Albon. And when they said Valtteri Bottas, they meant George Russell. Okay, getting a bit of a picture here, guys. So Alex Albon and George Russell are currently out of this Grand Prix. Okay, interesting. Right, so we're still behind the safety car. And my teammates just went into the pits. Now, I'm going to wait a little bit, and then we're going to check his tires. I want to see if he's actually gone on to full wets. Because if he is, it might trigger some of the other AI to go onto full wets as well. Safety car's coming in. Gonna have to try and warm them up quickly as I can. Let's quickly check. No, our teammate has gone on to another set of inters. Interesting. Wonder why he pit there. Can we make up another couple positions, or are we going to lose some positions? Currently in P6 thanks to the retirement of George Russell. Oh, here it is, guys. Here it is. It seems as if everyone's going in. Everyone except myself. And who is that? Perez.
Okay, clear.
Okay, I'm staying out, guys. I don't know if this is going to be a good thing, but I'm staying out. It's not looking like it's going to be a good thing. But I could make this work. If I can build up enough of a gap, we could make this work. Okay, Hamilton is 17 seconds ahead of us. We've got 6 laps. And we're currently really slow. Okay, it's not just me. Verstappen is on the inters. And it says that Hamilton's on the inters as well. Why did they pit? I thought they were going for full wet. Oh my god. We keep messing up turn 1 badly. Okay, I think it's definitely full wets, but for some reason, everyone pit again, but for intermediates. Guys, I'm not gonna lie to you, I am lost.
15.1 seconds.
I'm currently driving as if I've never played the game before. It's definitely full wets. But I'm sticking on these inters, because right now we are on the podium. Okay, we're losing quite a lot of time here. I'm gonna have to start pushing it, because I am nervous. Our car is so much slower than Mercedes. It is perfectly possible for us to lose this podium, even in 3 laps. I'm not going to be confident that we've secured this podium until we cross the line. Guys, if you're enjoying the content that you're watching right now and you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Make sure to smash the like button as well. We're on for a podium here, guys. I know I keep saying it, but it's the first season. We shouldn't be getting podiums. We shouldn't even be thinking about podiums right now. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry for how I'm driving right now. It generally feels as if I've just picked up the game. But it doesn't matter. We are on for our best finished position so far in this career mode. We've got 2 laps left, and we're 10 seconds ahead of Lewis Hamilton. He needs to catch us up by 5 seconds a lap, which he's not. Alright, guys. This is it. We are on the final lap, or about to approach the final lap. Max Verstappen is currently 12 seconds ahead of us. Lewis Hamilton is just under 10 seconds behind us. I don't think he's going to make up 10 seconds in a single lap, which means, guys, we've gotten our first podium finish as the Audi Racing team, currently in P2. The AI, for some reason, pit. Still don't know why they pit. I am concentrating my heart out right now because, as you can see, we are driving as if we've never played the game before. Our car does not deserve to be on the podium, but yet here it is. Currently sitting in P2. Max Verstappen once again absolutely crushing the opposition. I feel as if he's going to win the championship, and I feel he's going to be mathematically the champion very soon as he crosses the line to win the Austrian Grand Prix. We are a couple corners ourselves from getting P2 in a car that shouldn't even be scoring points, let alone P2. The final corner, here we go. Let's spin for the occasion. P2, guys. Okay then, guys, that has to be the craziest ending to a race so far in our career mode. Max Verstappen taking the win once again, absolutely dominating the competition. This is definitely his championship to lose. At this point, he's pretty much won the championship, but look who's in P2. I can't believe it. I'm sure you guys can't believe it, but there we are, P2 on the grid. First podium in our career mode series, and then followed by Lewis Hamilton. And then we've got Pierre Gasly in P4, Charles Leclerc in P5, and then another name who you wouldn't expect to be in P6, just cementing how insane this ending was. Mick Schumacher in the Haas is in 6th place. Now, if this was 2022, it would actually be pretty believable. But this is just a 2022 mod, guys, which means a 2021 Haas has just somehow pulled a P6. But then we've got Esteban Ocon, Fernando Alonso, Sebastian Vettel, and Yuki Tsunoda rounding off the top 10. And then outside the top 10, we have Norris, Sainz, Ricciardo, Valtteri Bottas, Callum Ilott, Kevin Magnussen, Lance Stroll, Zhou Guanyu, and Sergio Perez. Actually, Sergio Perez and Nicholas Latifi, with George Russell and Alex Albon being the only retirees of this race. Let's check the standings and see what's changed. I'm assuming that some things have changed. Here we are. We're currently in P10 in the championship with 36 points. Max Verstappen is now 84 points ahead of George Russell. He's already got one hand on the title, guys, pretty much. It's going to take a lot from George Russell and a lot of bad luck from Max Verstappen for him to lose this championship. Mick Schumacher is now in P14 with his first points on the board. And let's check what that does for the standings. We are still in P6 in the Constructors' Championship with 37 points. We are 16 points ahead of our rivals Alpine, and our other rivals Alfa Romeo are now just one of 2 teams that still hasn't scored points this season, with Haas scoring their first points of the season. Now we only have Alfa Romeo and Williams who haven't scored any points this season. Alright guys, well, what I'm going to do is we're going to head over to HQ, see if there's any upgrades we can do, but that was an insane race.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
You just saw that, guys, right? Please tell me you just saw that. The sponsorship, we didn't get our sponsorship money for scoring a constructor's point during the weekend, and we just got a podium. Okay, clearly this game is glitched. Not sure what's happening there. Oh, very interesting. We now have to renegotiate our contract with Callum Ilott. Now, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the episode here. If you've gotten to this part of the video, make sure to leave a comment on if I should renegotiate my contract with Callum Ilott or if I should look for somebody else. If so, who should I look for? I'm gonna end it here. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to smash the like button if you did. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And I'll catch you guys in my next career mode video.